Hey, 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 beautiful people. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. And welcome to the amazing Nicolette. I'm just so excited to have you here, Miss Nikiletter Walker-Bowman. And if you are not familiar with who she is and the amazing work that she does and the amazing network that they've created, today is your lucky day because you get to find out about it, and you are not going to be the same after hearing about all the awesome things that they have happening. Welcome, Nicolette. I'm so excited you are here.
I was so into that music. You're into music. I was like sitting here.
Cut it short on you, yeah.
Girl, I was shimmying and shaking in my seat. I was getting into the tune. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. So awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you. And it's National Gratitude Day. So extra special.
It is National Gratitude Day, and I am just so grateful. I am so grateful to have you here. And so for those who are not familiar, Nicolette deals with wellness and mindset, mindfulness, and I mean, she's over the Healthy Transformation Nation. And I mean, it's not just your health, but it's your mind, your perception, how you're seeing things. I mean, just as a whole. And so, how did you get into this?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's interesting too. So Healthy Transformation Nation was something I came up with in 2014. I was on the verge of really changing things for myself health-wise. And I thought this was going to be all about health and nutrition and eating. And I came up with the tag transforming lives from the inside out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really cool. What you put in your body comes out the outside, blah, blah, blah. I had no freaking clue what I was doing. Because here we are in 2021, and it is not just about that at all any longer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I wanted to do something that would really impact people's lives and women specifically, men too, but women specifically. I had food addiction and eating disorder for 40 years, and I just had so many health problems. Even at 15 years of age, I had high blood pressure, and I'm a short person, and I was over 215 pounds, and I was just really unhealthy. And I want to be clear that skinny does not equate with health. It's not about skinny. It's about health. Having a scale is a lie. It goes by your composition. And I can weigh 131 one day, and then 2 weeks later look the same way. I have to change in some things, and my body comp's going to be different, but the weight's going to be the same because muscle weighs more than fat, blah, blah, blah. So these things are really important. It's the education piece behind it, because we get so in our heads about this stuff. And that was the mindset piece that we've been talking about in our badass affirmations room. We use affirmations as a way to really reach out to individuals and have them come to a safe space to talk about these affirmations, how they can apply to their life. And it's not just about the health and nutrition stuff. It's about real life circumstances. It's about relationships. It's about marriages. It's about divorce. It's about kids. And we've had people in that room crying. We've had people in that room laughing a lot. We do a lot of laughing. We've had people in that room singing. We've had people in that room rapping. I mean, it is a amazing community and family that has been created. And it's really because started with me being really open with my life, but it really is about the people. They make it amazing, like yourself. Everyone that contributes brings such a unique perspective and really has so much to share. You come in that room feeling one way, and you leave feeling inspired, empowered, and encouraged. And that is something that I believe in, giving that to people. That is just makes me feel like incredible. And I feel the same way when I leave, because it's not just me. I'm receiving so much. I'm facilitating this room, but it's everyone in there. It is incredible. I mean, you've been in it. You know what it's like. You walk in, and then things shift, and you walk out and you're like, whoa. And you're like, get this mindset ready for the day. And it carries you through. And we've seen lives changing in that room. People becoming more outspoken, feeling more confident, speaking out and actually doing speaking engagements, starting businesses and having the confidence to start businesses. It's like, was incredible. So that's just a little bit about what we're doing in there. And
Wow.
yeah, I know it's
I have been in that room. I mean, and it's a room for those who don't know. It's a room on Clubhouse, and I've gone and I've heard people share about those affirmations, and I've heard people share things, and then open up and feeling like they're alone, and then you start telling them how, guess what, sis, you're not alone. I went through that. Guess what, single parent, I did that. Guess what, this and this, I did that, and they're just like, wait, what? And I mean, I've
yeah,
seen people break down like, you actually understand what I'm going through. I mean,
yeah,
even you saying, like, and I appreciate you saying that skinny doesn't mean healthy. Because as
yeah,
a plus size person, I mean, I go through that whole lot with that. Oh, if you were so much smaller, no, I might still have some health issues.
yeah.
But
Oh,
even like you said,
definitely.
over 40 years, I mean, how did you overcome that?
It was a lot of work, and a lot of it was the mindset piece of it. I probably have done probably almost every diet you could imagine, except for Atkins. I didn't do that one, and anything that came after 2017, I have not done. But anything previous to that, I jumped into it because I was in a space where I was almost doing anything to lose weight, but I was missing the core reasons why I had issues in the first place. And it really, what I'll be honest, it wasn't until I would say this year that it really broke through. One big change that I made in 2020 is I stopped drinking alcohol. And that was totally by choice. That wasn't because of alcoholism or anything like that. I just had a drink on St. Patrick's Day. I'd actually been in an accident in January of 2020. And on St. Patrick's Day of 2020, I had a couple drinks because it had been a few months. And I woke up the next morning with the most horrendous feeling and I've ever felt in like I don't know how long. And the headache was absolutely unbearable. And I said, that's it. I am never drinking again. And that was the end of it. I don't want it. I've never had any since then. I don't desire it. It was just, it was like I felt like God just went and removed every single desire for it was gone. And it just was a huge, huge shift in my life. And I embarked upon a program called 75 Hard. And I actually have a support group for that, which I work with 5 other women. And it was an amazing program, but it's really what you put into it. So it's an investment in yourself. And that got me through concussion because I had a concussion for headaches for over a year because of
Right.
the accident. Yeah. And what I realized is that when I would get up, and I knew I had to do it first thing in the morning, go outside walking, because if I wasn't getting it done first thing in the morning, it wasn't going to happen. So I did that, and I would go outside and walk for 45 minutes. And what I was noticing is that through the walk, the headache would alleviate. It wouldn't be so intense. And then I was realizing, well, that's blood flow. I'm moving, and it really got me through that. And now that 45-minute walk in the morning is not about a program. It is actually part of me, who I am. And when I tell my kids I do running, and they're like, Mom, what? You run? What? No, you don't run. I'm like, yes, I run. So in November 2020, I did the turkey trot, and I did it in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. I was number one in my age group. I was number two in overall women and number nine overall. And for me, that accomplishment from being so unhealthy for so many years to getting to a place of I actually came in first. Like it was really amazing. It just became a part of me. So I don't look at it as this thing I have to do. It's this thing I so desire and love to do. And that was the mind shift. And it's been a long process and a lot of work and a lot of introspection too. And looking at the root cause of it all, it really had to do with my relationship with my father and the way that he treated
Mhm.
me. And he was pretty mean to me. But what I realized, and it literally this year has been one of the most amazing healing years, is that I was the physical manifestation of what he didn't like about himself.
Mm.
And he battled tremendously with his weight. And I didn't, and it wasn't until, I worked with a mentor, and she said, if you're going to speak about your dad, don't do it in anger. I'm like, anger? I'm not angry. What are you talking about? And I finally figured out what she meant is I needed to have so much more love and compassion for the things that he went through that he never healed from. And I have healed from that. And I do have so much love and compassion for my dad. I was like, oh man, if he'd only talked to me about it, imagine we could have, like, conquered this thing together. But, it's different. And, he was older and times are different and stuff like that. But it really has been a lot of work. And it takes a lot of looking at yourself and figuring these things out. And I know a lot of people do therapy and stuff like that too. Nothing wrong with that. But I really did a lot of inside work. And when I did that work, that's when my eyes just really opened. And now I'm at where I'm at now, where I'm actually healthy now, living in the body I'm living in. And I actually like it. So it's kind of cool. I actually like who I am and the way I look for the first time pretty much in my life, but where I'm not feeling like, oh God, and the other thing that was a mindset change is I stopped talking mean to myself.
Yes.
Because I used to be so ruthless. The things that my father said to me were nothing compared to the things I was saying to myself. And when I stopped that baloney and I stopped seeing this person that I didn't like, I started thinking like, okay, I don't like this. What can I do to change it? Or I made this choice, not the best choice. Okay, so what am I going to do next time? How can I make it better? Instead of saying, you loser, you suck, and all these things. And it went way deeper and worse than that on a consistent, like every day, all day. And I also have a looping program in my head, which a lot of people have
Yes.
over and over again. You're replaying the same scenario and the mistakes and things that you've done. Yeah. When I start to notice that can creep in, I'm like, stop looping. I call it for what it is, and it stops. It's acknowledging it that gives you the power to then say, this is what I'm going to do. And it's been really miraculous in my life. But you got to see these things. You have to, do this. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. My husband and I are doing this membership, not just with the nutrition part of it, the breathing, the hydration piece of it, but the mindset piece, because these things are what, putting them all together is what is going to make someone healthy as a whole. So you have this core foundation to work off of. So that's a little bit about, my journey.
I love it. I love it. I mean, like I said, not only did you overcome that, you're also a breast cancer survivor. And just the fact that you've been fighting for yourself. I definitely want to be like, kudos to you. Definitely want to celebrate you doing that. You said just for your age group. I mean, period. 10 minutes. That was amazing. And so we definitely want to celebrate, what you, I mean, and like you said, it's that whole real thing. Cause I know even today I had a moment where I had to stop myself from,
Yeah.
from that reel of like, oh, why did I do this? Oh, this should be like this. And it's like, no, we
Yeah.
don't do that anymore.
Nope. Is it really serving you to do that to yourself? Like, start using these critical thinking skills that, we actually put on pause a lot of the time because we're looking at a screen. But take a moment to just pause and think about, like, we're not perfect. We're imperfect people, right? It just is. We're human. Come on, we're these amazing beings in human form. We came from above, and we're beautiful and we're wonderful and we're amazing. Our souls are incredible,
Yeah.
but we're in human form. So hey, we're not going to be. And we have these like really powerful emotions that can guide us one way or the other. And I'm not saying that you have control over your emotions to the point that you're not feeling. In fact, when people come in my room and they start crying, I'm like, feel the feels. It's okay to feel it. And we're so not wanting to be uncomfortable in our feelings, right? We don't want to feel the bad stuff. We only want to feel the good stuff. But
Yeah.
in reality, you have to feel that stuff because it's part of human nature and who we are. And the more you get into that and you ease into it and you feel it, and people used to say that to me, I'm like, what the hell you mean? But it's a real thing when you actually just stop fighting so much and you accept it and allow it in and take it in a little bit. You don't have to take all of it and take a little bit of piece at a time. You can start to handle it slowly, slowly. And if you take it in pieces, it's not so overwhelming, and there's so many amazing authors that are out there. I was actually listening to Eckhart Tolle today, and it's Silence in the Stillness. I think that's what it was. Wonderful book. Highly recommend that book for reading. It really is. It goes there. It goes there. I don't know if you've ever read it, but wow.
I've heard people quote different things from it, and it definitely is one of those makes you stop and reflect. Like,
Pause.
oh wait, makes you think about
Yes.
things you never really thought were an issue. The things I've heard, it's just like, oh, I might need to change my,
Hmm. Oh, definitely. Like my friend Tina Lori's always says, she says, there's power in the pause. And I love that when she says that because it is so true. Just take a moment and pause and think and step back and evaluate what's going on emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is. And that makes a difference in how you're going to handle things because we're so quick to jump and we want instant gratification in so many things, right? That's why we have drive-throughs. We don't have to wait. We can just in and out, in and out, in and out. But there's beauty that we miss on a daily basis because we're in such a hurry. And the beauty is part of you, taking care of you. Do we take care of ourselves, right? We're always taking care of everybody else. That's another piece of what I teach is about self-care. And believe me, I was one of those women that it was everything for the kids, everything for the family, everything for the man, nothing for me, except for going to bed at like 2 a.m. and then getting up at 6, take care of the kids and start the rigmarole all over again. And I highly, highly encourage self-care. And that's one of the things that I teach. So I just, it's so important. You know, you got one body, you got yourself you're with 24/7, and you're your greatest investment,
yes,
you know?
definitely, definitely. I love that. I absolutely love that, and it's so true. And it's so true. And like I said, and and that's the things that we don't stop and think about. We look at people and say, oh, well, they're successful. Oh, well, they're doing this. They don't have to do this. Oh, they don't live this. But I love that, your transparency, which is when I do come in your room, the times I get to come in there, because
Yep.
most times I'm in traffic. I don't have a good signal when you're on. But it's
Yep.
the transparency that you let people know, like, no, you're not alone,
Yeah.
and you can do this because I have done it. No judgment. Take your time, and walk through this wholeness, this mindfulness and wellness journey. Like, take your time piece by piece and walk, and you don't have to walk it alone.
Right.
And that has definitely inspired me the times that I have heard you sharing these things, because like you're living it daily,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I absolutely. When I like one thing I never used to do before I go to bed is wash my face. I
Hmm?
never did that. I wouldn't take the makeup off. I just like, forget it, I'm too tired. And I started changing that last year. And I said, that's an investment in my skin. It's an investment in me. And let me tell you, there's sometimes I'm like wiping my face off and I'm so exhausted. But I'm like, nope, this is for me. I deserve this. I deserve to care for my skin. And I know it seems so silly and trivial, but it's not because it's an investment in myself. And it's taking those little steps each. I mean, you brush your teeth, right? Wash your teeth, wash your face, take it off. If you wear makeup, not everybody does, but even when on the nights I don't, I still use the toner and I clean up. I still do it because you get oils anyway during the day. But there's just little things that I really, really love and encourage and want women especially to do for themselves because they just don't do it usually, you know. And for the ones that do, kudos to you. Yes, awesome. I love it. And our badass affirmations room is a room that I started. Oh my goodness, it must have been. I think it was around May or June we started that room, and it's been going now every day, Monday through Friday, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that room is really gave a platform for me to speak about the stuff and change some lives in there. And other people are just loving on top of loving on top of loving and giving. And we have more that is coming because this is just the start of what we're doing. We have a community called htn4u.com. So it's
Yeah.
HTM, the number 4 and the letter U.com. And that community is where the people that are in Clubhouse can go. And it's not social, it's actually ours. So you don't have to worry about trolls or any of that stuff. You don't have to deal with any of the typical stuff. And we're actually looking for the people that are part of that community, what they want out of that particular website even more, because we can really build it to be so much more than what it is. And we actually ask our community, what do you want? What do you want more? How can we serve you and give you more from that? And that's something that my husband and I have been talking about, because we want everyone to feel amazing, feel included, feel special, and they have a voice and they can share. Because I asked the question, any thoughts, comments? What do you want to see on this? So it's not something that we're ruling over. It's everybody's site. We just happen to run it so that way, it's functional. And then we have healthytransformationnation.net, and that's where we're having our founding member launch for what we're talking about: the health, the wellness, the core foundation, the mindset, all of that. And we're having that membership that we're starting a founding member launch. It's going to be a limited supply of spots for people to sign up. And there is such an amazing opportunity for people to get in on the core that we're doing and help us build it into what they really would love to see it become.
Nice.
And I have so many ideas, but I don't want it to be just my ideas. I want this to be a collaborative piece. So we're bringing on some other people. So it's not just my husband and I, we're bringing on other people that have maybe a little bit, more expertise in some other spaces that we don't, because we don't know everything, right? So we're actually working with some other people on this right now, but we're also looking for the founding members to actually participate in giving us feedback on what they think of the content, what they'd like to see more for content, and how we can really help them be successful. And they will have achievable, successful goals. They'll be successful in the goals. So they actually are achievable, not like, hey, go, do 75 hard, good luck, have a nice day. It's nothing like that. These are things that you can actually implement and start making small changes in your life. And we don't want people to be overwhelmed. That's why we're asking people to, give us some feedback and input on what they'd like to see. And it's just so exciting. I'm like super psyched about it.
It sounds exciting. Is it going to be a paid membership site where only
Yes.
certain people are privy to some of the programs and the goals and everything that you're helping them do in terms of like transforming their lives?
Correct. So the founding member launch is a one-time fee, and that's it. And then they're members for life, because they're founding members. They're contributing to the development of the membership, and that's really kind of coming in the ground floor, and that's where we're really excited about, having those people join and be part of this. So I'm just ecstatic about it. I'm really excited about it.
That sounds really major, though. That sounds really major.
We want to help people,
Yeah.
we want to help people. We want to know also what people need, aside from what we know, what people have, because everybody's got needs. So obviously we're not doctors. No one in there is going to be, a doctor or anything like that. So we can't give medical, it's not a medical advice type of thing, but there is definitely things that need to be implemented in people's life that they can do those achievable goals. And my thing that I love is the mind piece of it, because I may not have all of this, doctorate and everything, but I have certification in life. Like, you've heard it. I have been through domestic violence, single motherhood, breast cancer, and I don't call myself a survivor. I call myself a thriver, because I'm living my life to the fullest, and I love it, love it, love it. I waited 47 years to get married because I knew what I wanted. I was also in a cult for 11 years, so I can understand the spiritual pieces that
An
people
actual
struggle with.
cult? I did not
Yeah.
know that part of your story. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, girl. I've lived so many lifetimes in this one body.
Oh, that's what I was like. Wait.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's been a journey, but, and the thing about it is that even though all that stuff happened, I am living the best, incredible life. I'm so happy, and I love my life. I have an amazing husband, even though I went through the domestic violence stuff. I have two boys, so I'm a single mom. I took care of those boys and raised them on my own because their father was not involved. And so I understand all of the things that can happen in all these different spaces. And I may not have been through divorce, but I went through it with my parents. And I saw that, and I've seen friends go through it, and I've seen Bill go through it because he went through it with his ex-wife. So I have a lot of life experiences that I want to share. In getting through this addiction, this 40-year addiction with food, I mean, to be able to go anywhere, any place, no matter what they have out, buffets, it doesn't matter. And to say, if it's not something I would typically eat, I just don't eat it. and to have that kind of freedom, to not have someone like, I used to be like looking around and thinking, literally people thinking that they're watching me, like they really care. They don't really care. But the mind games that go on in here, where it's like, oh, go ahead and have some. Nah, you know what? Go ahead. It's only a little bit of this, and the back and the forth and the food calling my name, wanting to eat something and not knowing what it would be that would satisfy. Well, what is it really? What is it really? Is it really food, or is it something else? All of these, I've been through all the mind tricks and the acrobatics in my mind with this stuff. So I have years of experience and knowledge, and having the ability to overcome that is incredible. My husband, on the other hand, he saw it from a different perspective. So he didn't struggle like I did with it. He had other things. So that's why we have many people involved in this. So it's not just my perspective, it's several different people and giving their input and their expertise to it. So I'm just loving it. And I'm excited. Wow. I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. I am so grateful that you were able to overcome all those different things, because through that, so many people are not going to have to struggle as hard because you've done it, and you're able to walk through them, walk them through it. That is amazing. So on behalf of National Gratitude Day, yes, I am so grateful that you were here to share with us, and I'm definitely going to connect. I'm going to check the site myself. So excited. And if you have a chance to go, if you're on Clubhouse, be sure to look out for the
HTN.
HTN. That's right.
Yeah. It was too long. Healthy Transformation Nation was too long, so I just did HTN. That made it so much easier.
Look for that club. Look for the Badass Affirmations room in the morning, 8:15 Eastern time. Yes. And so if you know Eastern time, pretty sure you know whatever time it is for you. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I really enjoyed listening. I'm just glad we got this time to sit and listen to you, and I can just feel the joy as you're sharing, Yeah. I can just feel it. I just love hearing you speak anyway, though.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a little biased.
You too, because you always have something to say, and it's pretty awesome. So I love when you come out. I'm like, Kelly's in the world, yeah.
I'm telling you, it is always a pleasure, And again, I definitely want to thank you for being here. Everybody that's watching, I do see quite a few of you. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for sharing this time. Please do check out HTN on Clubhouse. Please do check out, look for Miss Nikiletter Walker-Bowman. You will not be disappointed. Check out the website, healthytransformationnation.net, and the HT4U. HTN4U.
Yeah.
Let me put it in the banner so I don't.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions, they can always message me. Absolutely. I'm on Insta.
And he said thank you. So he's enjoyed the realness.
Amen. I love it. Awesome. Yeah. Anyone that has questions, please hit me up. I love having dialogue, and I'd love to see people in the room. It's just always an honor. I'm honored when people come into that room, because it's amazing to me that they choose to spend that time with us. I mean, come on.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like we're talking about someone who survived being in she don't like the word survivor. She's a thriver.
Yes.
So someone who has thrived through domestic violence, thrived through single parenthood, thrived through breast cancer, thrived through being in a cult, thrived through having weight issues, thrive through not being, having a proper mindset, thrive through not living self-care, taking care of herself, pouring out and pouring out of an empty cup. And now she's overflowing, and it's overflowing and changing so many of our lives to where we're able to also keep pouring out out of our surplus and not out of an empty cup. So I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, Shelly. You're so eloquent with what you just said. You put it together so beautifully. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
It's you. It's beautiful to hear it, to see it, and yet you're not keeping it to yourself. That makes a difference.
That was the huge thing, because I did keep it to myself for a long time because I wasn't ready. I wasn't in the right space, and now I'm ready. So I'm able to give the way I can give, and it is an honor for me to be able to do that. So
I love it. Oh, so much love, so much. I'm telling you.
I love the hearts. Yay! I love the hearts.
Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes. And I told you how to get a hold of Nicolette. I will be posting it as well because this is definitely good ground to get a hold of and stay connected to because you deserve this happiness. We deserve this happiness.
Yes.
We need to be glowing like she's glowing over here. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it together. Thank you so much for being here, Nicolette. And
thank you, Miss
all right,
Jelly.
everybody, until next time. See you later.
Bye.